I want to go back to the 76ers, right? Because they fired Doc Rivers. Expected, right? Everybody knew it was going to happen. Yep. I thought they were going to fire him the next day. They gave him another day for some whatever reason. I don't know why. But I don't know if there's another franchise that have fumbled just all the blessings that they possibly had, right, at their disposal. So the first fumble they made, they chose no. They decided to trade up for Markelle Fultz. That was the first mistake. You give up a future first to trade up to get Markelle Fultz over Jason Tatum. That was a mistake. Next mistake, you choose Jimmy Butler over Tobias Harris.
You chose Tobias Harris over.
Oh my bad. Yeah. You chose Tobias Harris over. I'm tired. I'm tired right now. You chose because the last time I was sick about Lakers losing. You chose Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler. You gave Tobias Harris $180 million. What the hell were you thinking right there? Mistake number 2. Mistake number 3. You fired Brett Brown. I mean, that wasn't wrong. You were right about that. And you hired Doc Rivers? What? Makes no sense. Mistake number 4. Okay, you get Ben Simmons out of there. Smart move. Dude's trash. But you bring in James Harden? Perennial playoff choker, James Harden? And what does he do? The same thing that Ben Simmons has done in the past in the playoffs. Pass up shots, choke under pressure. Literally, I think it was it game 6? He was literally passing up layups to pass it to other guys. Like, what are you doing? Just come on, man. Floater. Where's the Houston James Harden? Floater game. Where is that? Euro step. Where? Same exact thing as Ben Simmons. It got the coach fired. There's a report that Harden was one of the main reasons Doc Rivers got fired. And the Sixers, I don't even think they consulted. I heard that they didn't really consult with Joel Embiid before firing Doc Rivers. So Joel Embiid had no say. And then we're hearing rumblings about Mike D'Antoni. We're hearing rumblings about maybe Budenholzer. Like, what are we doing? So if Philly replaces Doc Rivers with Mike D'Antoni, that will let me know this franchise is not serious. Because all you did was replace a coach for another coach just like him, except he doesn't have a ring. You replace a perennial playoff choker, Doc Rivers, with another perennial playoff choker, Mike D'Antoni. Where is the improvement? All you're doing is you're putting the same sort of type of players, same sort of type of people in positions. You're just running in circles. You're in the same spot. You think that you're improving by putting new names, but it's the same pieces, just different names. Like that's what they're doing. Your reaction to just the 76ers right now when it relates to firing Doc Rivers, when it relates to also just the history, just the mistakes that they have made in the past as well. Just your reaction.
They might be a cursed organization. Or they're just insanely incompetent. Because this is ridiculous. The 76ers are currently on the mid-2000 Wizards team's trajectory. Can't get past the second round. All this talent can't get past the second round. And as far as the Doc Rivers firing, I think it's justified.
Yeah, it's justified.
First things first. I think it's justified.
Yeah, it's justified.
First things first. You were up 3-2 going home. Couldn't handle business.
Mm-hmm.
Game 7 couldn't handle business. Mm-hmm. Granted, your players ain't show up, but you're still a coach. Mm-hmm. You got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the firing was definitely deserved. Who they hire, I have no clue. Yeah, I have no clue. I don't know. But who's the GM for the 76ers?
Man, I don't know.
Oh wow.
Whoever it is, I know it used to, Sam Hankey. I think he the trust the process thing. Then they hired Brian Colangelo. He did a horrible job. Then they hired somebody else. I don't know who it is, but I thought that at first it looked like the trade for James Harden was a heist. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, you gave up a guy. You traded away a guy that doesn't want to play.
Right.
For a guy that actually is going to play, that led the league in assists, that averaged 20, and that had 2 great games. He had like 2 40-point games. So if we being for real, James Harden showed up more than Joel Embiid. He actually had a better series than Joel Embiid. So I can't really put all of the blame on James Harden. He did have a lot of blame for it, but I'm not going to put all the blame on him. So at the end of the day, the trade wasn't bad, but
it didn't move
the needle. You were up 3-2. And guess what? The guy you traded for gagged. Was awful. And Joel Embiid gagged. He wasn't awful, but like he didn't he wasn't the MVP. He didn't look like the MVP. The MVP looks like cubic zirconium right now. It looks fake. That trophy looks fake. It looks like one of them trophies, AAU trophies. That thing not real. That's just fake. And so when you have that, when you have your best player going on the mic, essentially blaming the role players that actually showed up, you say, "Oh, me and James, we can't do it by ourselves." Like, bruh, the role players can't do it by themselves. They need your help. Talking about, "Oh, we can't do it by us." You guys lost by 30 points, Game 7. They were up. Remember the set?
Yeah, they was up. They was up what, 5 at the half?
Yes, they were up, and then all of a sudden they forgot how to play. I'm not even gonna put all that on Doc. I don't blame Doc Rivers for the loss at all. If I have to put a percentage, I'd probably give Doc Rivers 20%. But James Harden and Joel Embiid, they're gonna have to take the rest of the percentage because they didn't show up at all. Like I said, Joel Embiid, there's no excuse for looking that bad. I think James, he had like 9 points. Embiid, he had like maybe 15 or something. It was bad. You can't do that Game 7.